Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, pleasant temperatures along the Oregon coast right now, 52, 53 degrees for Gold Beach and Brookings, but we head inland, temperatures well into the 60s and 70s, except 50s also for Chemult and Christmas Valley. We're looking at 72, one of the warmer spots in Medford right now, 61 in Montague, 60 for both Klamath Falls and Lakeview, 54 for Mount Shasta City. There are a few showers developing in the southeastern part of Klamath County right now, not indicating any lightning, but these aren't showing signs of weakening right now. So again, this is going to be one of the threats, one of the areas that we're going to be looking at for the possibility of dry thunderstorms for this afternoon. Now, in terms of our winds, you can kind of see there's nothing really super organized in the sense of like strong winds, but one of the things here is that when a thunderstorm does develop, it'll develop with some pretty gusty outflow winds. So exactly where those are going to be, who knows exactly, but they'll be forming. And when they do form, if they're not right over like your city and they're nearby, you could get those gusty winds, like 10, 20 minutes later. So again, be aware of that because we'll be looking at the winds can be gusting upwards of 40 miles an hour if these thunderstorms can get themselves going. So again, it's just going to depend on their exact location. And they won't go away until after about sunset for tonight. So here's our stormcast, looking at the activity developing later on this afternoon. About 2, 3, 4 o'clock, we'll start seeing increasing clouds and the activity moving from the south towards the north. So that'll be the big threat for today. It'll be mostly into Jackson County and in vast majority of Siskiyou County for today. Now we get towards sunset, things calm down. We'll be looking at a fairly clear sky for tonight. Now the activity begins tomorrow afternoon as well, except it starts to shift off mostly east of the Cascades, so west of the Cascades looking a little bit quieter. But Tuesday, they'll eventually get a little bit more moisture to where they might be a little bit on the wetter side. At least that's the hope. And then we get to Wednesday and things calm down for everybody. So again, the big dry lightning concern for today is just that. With the gusty outflow winds, we'll be looking at fairly high, pretty high ignition levels for today with any lightning, the dry fuels. Again, we haven't had significant rain in over 2 months, and the best chances for this activity will be pretty much right over Medford, most of the Shasta Valley, southwestern Klamath County, and western Siskiyou County for today. Smoke, we're still going to see that throughout the day, but again, this will eventually, the good news is that the system will eventually push the smoke out of the region once we go late in the day tomorrow. Still have a high fire danger for west of the Cascades for most of today for the reasons that I've already been talking about. And we're also looking at a heat advisory for today and into tomorrow as well. Forecast highs for today, 90s east of the Cascades, about 103 in Medford. It's not going to get very chilly tonight, 69 for Medford, 64 for Grants Pass, low 50s along the Oregon coast. So the hottest temperatures over us now start to slowly shift off to the south and east. Get a system approaching our area on Wednesday, starting to knock down some of the temperatures just a little bit. But as we get late in the week, the high pressure builds back into our region. We get into a southerly flow. We'll have to keep another eye on the possibility of thunderstorms. Temperatures go up on Saturday before they finally start to cool off by the time we get towards sometime next weekend. So for the forecast for the Oregon coast into the 60s and 70s for the next several days, variable low clouds and fog, especially more so for tomorrow. Northern California, it stays fairly hot for the next several days. Temperatures finally get below the 100-degree mark, but not by all that much. For the Klamath Basin, temperatures in the mid-90s for today, and then eventually cooling off a little bit into the lower 90s by the middle part of the week. And the Cascades, best chances of thunderstorms for today and tomorrow. Things dry out and eventually warm up by the time we get towards next weekend. And the Rogue Valley, best chance of dry thunderstorms for today. It dries out again for Tuesday and into Wednesday.